right, and we are back. Thank you for staying with us. I'm sure you have heard the saying that love conquers all, or another one that says all that we need is love. So our conversation is on exactly that. That is love. But we're posing a question to you and we're asking you, is love enough to sustain a relationship? You can get to converse with us. The number is 0716 103 301, 0716 103 301. You can send us a WhatsApp message on what your thoughts are on this particular matter that we are talking about. I want to pose this question to our guests. We have three guests in studio with us. On my far right, we have Nelly Mutai, who's a multimedia creative and actress. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And then we also have Anthony Gaido. Anthony is a psychologist, mentor, and also a mental health champion. Welcome to the program.
Thank you so much.
And we have Patrick Miner, who's a trainer, a mentor, and the CEO Pro Mentors Africa. Welcome to the program. All right, so is love enough to sustain a relationship?
Vivian, first we might define all criteria of love, but we must look, what is the content of love? What is the original ideology of love? Because love is key. Even to the good books, love is key. It's all about love. But within the social analysis, it have distorted the way we perceive love, the way we interpret love. And I love this topic because that's what people are interpreting. The reality is not what was the original concept of the love. So love is key. We like it, we go heaven, we go where, love is key. But now people have put some other vipengele zingine ambaye now they are defining love and attaching it to be this. But love sustain relationship.
It can.
It must.
It does.
It must sustain relationship. Because when that one lack, then itakuwa ni stories zingine. Itakuwa mazee, chapa, itakuwa ni hivi, itakuwa pana, iliisha. Love haiwezi isha, itaishaje? How now? Ya God haijaisha. Mbona yetu ishe? So love must sustain relationship.
I love that.
But the reality is different. Yeah.
All right. Anthony, you are the one who just mentioned that love is an emotion.
Yes.
So from your point of view, does love sustain a relationship? Is it enough?
Love is enough, but love isn't the only thing. When I said love is an emotion, love is based from now, say you are attracted. Say if I meet someone today, we could base it from a point of romantic relationship, friendship, you know. When you're attracted to someone, you develop feelings for them. When the feelings are validated, when you continue to have conversations with this person, when you trust this person, when you support each other, now love comes in. You see, it's not the love that started, it's the validation, it's the communication, it's the consistency. It's saying that you know that now we are doing this, we are trying to get to know each other, to see whether we have shared values and goals, to see whether we are compatible enough to even maintain either this friendship or this marriage or this dating. You see? So it comes in when it's validated. It's not enough to sustain a relationship, but when there is consistency, when there is communication, when there is trust, when you guys have shared values and goals, when you guys are actually committing to working on this particular relationship for it to bear fruits, then now love comes in naturally. Yes.
All right. Nelly, what's your point of view?
I feel like love is a good foundation in a relationship. But for me, love is not everything. Because I feel like when you start the relationship, you know, first of all, you start the relationship because you're in love with that person, you love that person. You're in the honeymoon phase, you know, you people are in love. But in a long-term relationship, in a long-term marriage, these things will change over time. Kutafika wakati wenye love inaweza kuwa ikosekane, but because you are committed to this person, you choose to be with this person every day. Ndapenda example lingine, mkate ni mtamu, lakini ni mtamu zaidi ukiwa na siagi, ukiwa na jam, ukiwa na peanut butter. Lakini bado mkate ni mtamu. Yeah.
All right. Very well explained. Very well explained. So why do you feel it's not enough? Mbona lazima iongezewe hii, iongezewe kile kingine?
Because love si kila kitu. Unajua, for a relationship to be sustained, kuna so many aspects. I think we've had this conversation before. Like lazima mkuwe na commitment, mkuwe na communication, you know, values align. Like there's so many things. So I feel like love is just one aspect. It's not the entire thing. It's just one aspect. Na kuna wakati inaweza kosekana, na kuna wakati inaweza kuwa pia. So it's just one aspect of the entire thing.
Yeah. So when love is not there, can the relationship still sustain itself? Or when love is gone, then the relationship now
You see,
can't be able to be
we're
sustained?
not saying love cannot be there. Love, in order for you guys to actually, if something you guys are together, there has to be how you feel about this person. You can't say that there is one point because someone has or your partner has done A, B, C, D to you that the love stops. Love can never stop. Now what we are trying to say is there are components that actually make the love to become the love as it is. Like if you have trust, if there is communication, if there is consistency, if you are being validated, if you are being appreciated, if you are actually working towards now building that love to a different level. Hakuna siku itafika useme ati sasa mimi na partner wangu, mimi na rafiki yangu, hakuna love, hakuna upendo. Upendo itakuwa, it's everything.
We've had people say, you know, we were just not, the spark was no longer there, the love was gone.
They're looking at it from a different perspective. Maybe they're saying that maybe juu huyu mtu imefika mahali kama maybe alikuwa anampenda juu ya finances. Nowadays in this generation, in this generation kuna kitu inaitwa transactional relationship. Unapenda mtu juu yako na kitu. Unapenda mtu juu yako na relationship. Ladies are liking men because they are good in bed. Then how is that love?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, but that is also important.
That's a story for another day.
I love how you validate.
Yes.
I will want to tell you, every person is a selfish person. And every person, what is killing us is the four aspects of life. Perception, assumption, prejudice, and stereotype. These people are like this person, she's beautiful. It's all about that beauty. So love yes fade. Haiwezi fade. If it was there, it was there. Ikuwa hizi vitu zingine zilikuwa zizi vipengele zili contribute ya hii love. Wakati hii kipengele itaisha, then love inaisha. Because the intention, the genesis of that friendship was not real love. It was because you're driving, it's because you're educated, because hata wazazi wetu wako na ufala fulani because wanasema wewe unaolewaje na mtu hajasoma. So they want to tell me that the person to love anafaa kuwa amesoma. So there is a condition. So the moment tunaleta hizo vipengele zinaleta condition in our life, and that's why towards the end, that's why we say sio love peke yake, lazima hizi vipengele. Na it have been contributed by the society, sisi wote. I used to tell people when I was working in Nairobi University, if I pass there na kagari na kanachuna and you tell a lady hi, please give me a break. Ukienda mguu na umeparara viatu. Lakini kuwa na kagari hivi, alafu wambie dem too high, anaweza kosa kujibu lakini anasema ile. Different thing.
Yeah.
If ukienda a certain place of vijana kujibamba, kuna pahali utaenda utakuta watu because jamaa anaweza nipeleka hii place. Then these are unaleta baka majina, mademu analeta baka majina, jamaa ni hanky, ni sijui nani, is everything. Lakini wakati muunde itaisha hivi. Then we develop some other words. Wanaume sijui ni nini, ni nini, wanawake sijui ni nini, wanataka tu pesa yangu. Before you could not see that. So love, hizi vipengele my dear, is what we need to discuss. Hizi vipengele ndio shida.
So love in the form that it was supposed to be, in what that it was intended to be in the first place, can actually sustain a relationship very well.
Na yezi fade.
All right. What else helps a relationship, you know, remain healthy and long term?
Sasa hizi vipengele. How we communicate. Hata communication si tu nipige simu.
Kweli.
People have forgotten even concept that what you call open-ended and close-ended communication.
Yep.
Umedress poa, hizi viatu niko poa na everything. Lakini it's not my swag. Mazee hizi viatu ni gani hizi umevaa leo? Anaweza kuambia hizi viatu ni poa lakini si leo juu tunaenda pale fulani, si unaweza vaa zile zingine. The same statement.
Exactly.
So what we are lacking is knowledge based on communication. How are we communicating? Because love need a unique way of communication.
Yep.
Si ile ya boss na nini? A very unique way. Unaweza niambia utaki hii shirt nimevaa. Lakini the way you tell me
is important.
matters a lot.
Important.
So what
Yeah.
is the key problem of love in this world is communication. And you look verbal and non-verbal communication. Nimekuona tu hivi, I fallen in love. You fall, you'll wake up. Because ni ile kitu uliona. After that, in a beat.
Exactly.
Share beat, wazee.
So you're demystifying love at first sight. There's nothing like love at first sight.
Sasa aje.
Aje sasa. How do you love someone at first sight?
Really?
Ati nimekunoki.
Nelly, do you think there's love at first sight?
Niongelele.
Let me tell you something. Yeah? You see, I normally have this concept when I talk about love at first sight. When you meet someone today, you are attracted to them.
Yes.
You don't, that doesn't mean necessarily you love them.
Kuna kitu
You like
imekubamba
some-
tu.
kuna kitu imekubamba. If, for example, it's you, Vivian.
But don't you think that
But what
spark
is love?
grows
That's
to
the
love?
Yeah, it's that
Now, you
foundation.
see, the moment you see, let me say this. Ukishakuwa attracted, for example, if I'm attracted to Vivian with the shoes, now I engage Vivian more to get to understand and get to know her on a more personal level. You see, the moment now the attraction is validated, now comes now the love. But you can't tell me umeona leo mtu leo, unasema Vivian njoo napenda viatu zako na kupenda. Si tuingie kwa relationship. Alafu hiyo siku na hiyo kiatu kikosa kuvaa. So nataka kuniambia atakuwa anavaa hiyo kiatu kila siku hata akienda kwa kitanda.
Hapana, ilikuwa assignment ya kuvaa hiyo kiatu.
Exactly.
Na hata wewe uipendi. Na hiyo ndio nilinoki.
Love at first sight is something that we should erase. Ati unapenda mtu juu umemuona, unampendea nini? Is there something in particular you love about them? And you cannot get to tell that. Ati unapata kuna watu in this generation anapata dem. Alafu anamwambia manzeni aje mimi nimekupenda. Alafu unamuuliza realistically umenipendea nini? Manze vile wewe ubonga. Mimi ubongaje? Hata hatujakaa na wewe ndio ujue vile mimi ubonga.
But now it shows vile wewe ubonga. Kwa hivyo siku ile utabonga hivyo, then
Love inapotea.
Inapotea.
All right. Very, very, very interesting conversation, and we are welcoming you to also join into the conversation. The number is 0716-103-301, 0716-103-301. You can send in your WhatsApp messages, and when you send your message, also remember to tell us your name and where you're watching us from. Our lines are open as well. You can be able to call in live and just get to give us your point of view. Now, Nelly, they've said there's nothing like love at first sight. It's something you see and you love that thing, but it's not the person. You may like her eyes, you may like how she looks, you may like, you know, several things, but it's not really love at first sight. As ladies, I think we're the ones who are usually over the moon with love at first sight and whatnot. So for you, do you believe there's something like love at
For me,
first
there
sight?
is love at first sight. When you see someone, when you feel the spark, you feel that feeling. For me, I think love grows. It's not something it's just like instant. We are in love.
Yeah.
I've known you. This is what you like. Now I'm in love with you. I feel like love grows. Because there are these situations where you meet someone, like you meet Anthony. Maybe you guys have worked together for a year. Then maybe in 2 years' time, do you guys come get into a relationship. This other time you did not see him, you know, like a love interest. But at another time, you come and you fall in love with this person. So it's the same way. You look at someone, you get the feeling, then you grow. You know, like a seed, you water it, it grows. So I've seen you, you know, what I see, I like. I get to know you. We go on dates. I love you.
So feeling in love.
Cindy, or feeling in love. Love is a feeling for me. Love is a feeling, an emotion. Yeah.
But love is an emotion.
Yeah,
No?
that's
It is an emotion.
Love and emotion.
Yes.
Yes.
And feeling bado.
Yeah.
a feeling and emotion.
What's the difference between a feeling and emotion?
Yes.
Sijui hata najiuliza hata mimi nina ufala. Najiuliza because feeling umeifeel tu. Nimekuona tu. Ni kweli. And that's why mi si mtu wa church sana. Lakini ukiangalia Genesis 2:18 talk about a friendship.
Yep.
Because for me nimekuona hivi and I see kuna personality imenibamba ndani yako. Ile personality imenibamba ndani yako, tutaanza conversation pole pole. And that's why Genesis inasema Buddha manzi na dame kwanza Charlie alikuwa amezaliwa kwanza, alafu kaletwa wanyama na angependa hao wanyama. Alafu hiyo book the good book inasema not even one of them was a suitable companion. As we work we become companions. And as we were working, ama nimekuona leo, we become friends and everything. Then from there, some other things start sparkling in my mind. Hey, by the way, tunaweza hivi, by the way, kuna character, temperament inaanza kunibamba. Na kuna temperament zitanibamba Vivian, na lakini sitakuoa.
Kweli.
Zimenibamba mob.
Yes.
Na true as workplace, I love you. But sio love ile sasa ya vijana ile ya ndoa. You get? So love is a standard thing. So yeah, ndoa inaanzanga, hey, by the way inaanza. So ndio hizo inaanza ku provoke the subconscious mind. Hey, huyu dem naweza kana huyu dem tunaweza ishi na yeye. Because wakati umeingia tu pale unaanza kuishi una realize mimi ungorota. Lakini ndio na appearance wewe ndio niaje sasa, how do I sleep with this guy? Alafu you start sharing with your friends, your social capitals, wale mko nao.
I'll have to cut you short a bit. We have our first caller. Let's listen in. Good morning. Good morning, can you hear me?
Thank you.
Talk to us. Morning.
Morning to you.
Go ahead, we can hear you. What's your comment on this conversation? What una feel is love enough to sustain a relationship?
But
Go on, Charles, we can hear you. Hello, are you still on the line?
can you allow me to speak Swahili ndio Wakenya wasikie?
Ongea tu Kiswahili, haina neno.
By the name, mimi Senior Sergeant Charles Amimo. Thank you. Mimi nimefurahia sana hii conversation naona hapa kwa TV. Love iko hata kwa kuangaliana tu.
Yes, Charles?
Sasa leo
Tueleze.
ndio hata hiyo emergency, wazee kama mimi mmefundisha kitu ya maana sana, ndio familia waendelee.
Charles, what is your comment on it?
So, madam, kama utaendelea kuleta conversation kama hii ndio sasa kujenga hii.
Aya, sawa Charles, asante sana kwa muda
Sasa ile
wako.
kitu mimi nasema
Okay, I guess we can just continue with the conversation. Thank you so much, Charles, for calling us. Yeah, anasema tukikuwa na mada kama hizi tunatengeneza nchi. Tunatengeneza nchi. Yeah.
Anatupa pongezi.
Yeah, it's a key.
All right, there's also some messages that have come in. Let me read them and then we get back to the conversation. Someone is saying, love alone is not enough. A strong relationship also needs trust, effort, communication, and mutual respect. That is Shamima from Nairobi. Someone is saying, swipe right or settle down, watching from Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, alafu anacheka.
Oh.
Someone else says, I love the conversation. That is Emmanuel from Mrema, Dar es Salaam. All right, thank you so much. Someone else also, I think most of them are really just excited for the conversation. This one says, I like the program and the topic. It's really, really educational. And that is a Calm chapter from Kwale town. Now, my other question is, can two people be in love and not be compatible?
Possible. It's very possible. You see, even as we touch on that, there's something she said and really got me thinking, and it's something we need to, well, ina happen in reality kwa ground, lakini kuna kitu nafaa tuseme. She has mentioned about when people, you get to love each other, ndio mnajua kama mtaoana, mnaweza kata 2 years. My point is, let me put it in this perspective. In family and marriage counseling, there's a triangle I want to define it. Side moja kuna passion, huko juu kuna intimacy, na huko chini kuna commitment. Sawa? Passion is the attraction.
Yeah.
When you like someone or you're attracted to them. Intimacy, now the passion ndio iweze kuwa validated then now get to know this person. Now that is when now you develop an intimate relationship where you get to know whether you guys are even compatible enough. Huyu mtu ni mtu mwenye tuna share values na goals ama kidogo atu share values na goals. Alafu unaangalia mtu unajua, do I need to compromise on this person? Kuna vitu nafaa kucompromise ndo nisiende kwa marriage kuwe red flag, ni tena nianze kusumbuka tena na some issues. Now you see, between intimacy and commitment is now whereby after intimacy sasa mshajuana, mmejua huyu mtu mna share values nzuri na goals, huyu mtu ni mtu compatible. Now that is when you now get to now say, okay, let me take this relationship, ama let me take this dating on another level. And another key point to also remember in the intimacy is that when you guys are in that stage of intimacy,
yeah, I'll ask you to hold that thought.
Okay.
Sorry for cutting you short.
Okay.
We have Mugambi calling us all the way from Meru. Mugambi, morning. Habari yako habari ya asubuhi leo?
Salama kabisa.
Aya, tuongeleshe, tueleze what's your topic on the conversation we're having. What's your comment
topic
rather?
yangu ni
Sorry.
hivi. Hello? Hello?
Hello, tunakusikia Mugambi. What's your comment?
Nataka kuchangia hivi. Mapenzi bila mikakati haiwezi kuwa. Because haisi unaona mademu wengi after introduction without introduction
Okay.
they can't. Basi unaona mtu anakwambia I'm from ne, I work as this. Akisikia yeye uko chini ya klasi yake anatoroka. So nataka kusema siku hizi love lazima ikuwe na mikakati mingi. Kwanza usiangalie mtu uzito wake. Usiangalie mtu urembo yake. Because unaona kama saa hii ukipenda mtu mjuni msichana una expect ya kuletea watoto kwa hii dunia. Unaona hata limeni kuwa msichana. So ni lazima uangalie vitu vingi kando kando ili ujue mwelekeo wako ni upi. Usinje kuona mtu amekuwa mama watoto tena uanze kumchukia. So ni lazima you have to be very much careful about who unaingia kwa nani na kwa sababu gani. Unajua kuna majira. Usiende kuchukua msichana wenyewe ni mlembo ukuja kusahau after 9 months anakuwa mama watoto.
Kwa hivyo mapenzi peke yake haitoshi, lazima kuwe kuna mapenzi peke yake haitoshi, lazima kuwe kuna mambo mengine ambayo mtu anazingatia.
Dada yangu, usipozingatia mambo mingi kwa masuala ya mapenzi utaishi kuoa ama kuolewa. Because kuna vitu change. Mimi naambianga watu you have to be very much careful about the time. Unajua mtu uchange. Hiyo mtu akichange utampenda hiyo wakati ama utamwachanisha ukatafuta wengine. And if you are ready to build a generation, you have to understand all those things accordingly. Ujue you are dating a lady whereby after 9 months she is becoming a mother. Na hakuna mtu ana muhimu kwa hiyo vitu mbili. Mama ako na muhimu, watoto wako na muhimu. Na umuhimu wake. Hiyo ndio ningechangia kwa asubuhi ya leo.
Asante sana Mugambi, asante sana, tunashukuru. Now there are some more messages that are coming in. Allow me to read some of them. So I'm saying, hi, I'm Rogers from Mraba in Nandi. Trust is also additional to the love to make two loving people get satisfied. So it's not love enough, you have to add in trust as well. Another message, my name is Werekwa Owire, watching from Suba. When it comes to the issue of love, it's only men who can love. It's only men who can love. Proven scientifically, there are very many research articles on this. So love alone cannot maintain a relationship when only one gender is the one that loves. So according to this one, men are the only ones who love. We'll get into that. The other one is saying, this is a profound topic. Love is essential and foundational in any relationship, yet it requires more than just feelings to endure. Consider the analogy of how Christ loved the church. He gave his life for the church. This love transcends emotion, embodying a choice and commitment to one another. We have another caller. Good morning. Good morning, can you hear me? Bernard, tafadhali mute your television ndo tuweze kukupata. Morning.
Yes. Good morning.
Alright, tuongeleshe.
I'm Pastor Ben Doriet. From Kayole.
Yes, tueleze mchango wako kwa discussion yetu leo ni gani?
Okay, nataka I think we are discussing now. It is love internal dimension.
Alright, we can't really get Bernard, but there's someone who has brought up something else. This one has said that only a man can love. Only one gender can love.
Unajua, that's biblical. But things have changed.
Yep.
And the Bible was written, the good books were written based on that time, based on the social analysis of that time. There's so many things they have talked about.
Yep.
I don't disagree because it's written. But nowadays, at least that way we need to understand each other. We need to have hizo vipengele. Vivian, what we need, and I agree with all these people, is 4 principles. 1, learn to know. Before you start saying, I've fallen in love, you need learn to know. Learn to know this person. And it can only be one day. That's why in my area, you can be 1 year and you marry. You can be 10 years and muta marry.
Kweli, that's true.
So the openness of knowing you matters a lot.
Okay.
The element of knowing what you do and everything. The element of knowing that you will age one day. Number 2, after learning to know, then I can do an action. So learn to do.
Yep.
After doing that action, then we can now to get to the concept of learn to live together. I tell people, live together like brothers and sisters or perish together like fools. And that's why we have people divorcing and everything. That's how, because I did not take time to learn how you behave.
Okay. Unfortunately, we'll have to cut the conversation. We'll need to finish it off right now. Time has really not been on our side today, but this is definitely a conversation that needs to be continued. So probably we can pick it up from here next week on Monday. Thank you so very much for joining me. And yeah, I hope you'll avail yourselves next week so that we can get to dive deeper into this conversation. Thank you so very much to each and every one of you who has been tuning in on the show this morning. Thank you for all the messages that you've gotten to send, the ones who've called. Thank you for being part and parcel of this conversation. We do this each and every Monday. That is Family Check. So be sure to join us next week on Monday at exactly 9 a.m. Do enjoy the rest of your viewing. Goodbye.